Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Resident Evil Director's Cut Edition. I'm Shadefyre as always, and this is episode 12, the final episode. Last time we confronted Wesker down here in Umbrella's secret laboratory, and defeated the Tyrant supposedly, and set off the self-destruct accidentally. Supposedly it's Wesker that set it off. So now we have to get to the helipad with Barry, who's gone ahead without us. And we also have to go back and rescue Chris from that triple locked door, since we got the last password in the last episode. What should we bring with us for the final confrontation? Plenty of health already. I guess all we need is some more ammo, in case the 19 Magnum rounds isn't enough to finish any opposition. Unfortunately, we do have this really loud countdown for most of the rest of the episode. Also, we're just going to use the Magnum for anything we encounter on the way there because, well, it's a one-shot kill on anything that isn't a boss. And there are a few chimeras that have spawned in the other areas. Like this one. That is satisfying. I don't want to run into one around one of these corners, since the camera angles are kind of pointing at us. When I was playing through the remake for the first time, this was actually the first point where I used the Magnum, and watching it blow one of those chimeras like 10 feet backwards in a single shot was pretty satisfying. Alright. Now we did actually unlock that in the last episode. There's a little bit of a re-recording in between, which means we'll get slightly different dialogue here than if we had done the earlier cutscene that you guys saw.
Oh, Jill!
Oh, Chris! So you're okay?
Yeah, you too! What happened to Wesker?
Let's talk about it later. Let's get out of here!
And back into Crisis Zone. Yeah, you just consider that self-destruct, Chris.
Let's go!
And we don't have to worry about him getting attacked by monsters. They just, I guess, ignore him when he runs by. I don't know how he managed to avoid my lock-on. Alright, so to get out, we have to go back up to that elevator thing that we saw. That was emergency locked. No, not you guys. Use up my rest of my flame rounds. Also, I didn't mention it about the chimeras earlier, but they're one of the few Umbrella creatures that are actually created by injecting DNA into a human embryo. In that case, fly DNA. The hunters are also made this way, only using, I believe it's frog DNA. And they're one of the few things that are created by Umbrella without just injecting something with the T-virus. Kind of gross too, since they're carried by a human female.
Let's go!
Alright, I did use one of those healing things, so oh no, wait, I forgot. They actually try to troll you at the end here by making you pick up an item and immediately use it on a door, just to make sure that you have that one inventory space. It's kind of a huge dick move, really. So we're gonna fire off this one round. so we can reload this with acid rounds.
Hurry!
This is Brad. Running out of fuel. If there is anyone alive, contact me now, okay? This is
And somehow Brad is still flying around, repeating the same message over and over again. So this right here is the item I was talking about. They make you grab this battery and then immediately use it on this door right here. So it's literally just there so that if you have a full inventory preparing for a final boss, it's like, haha, now you're gonna have to use one of your healing items or run back and make space.
There is 3 minutes until explosion.
I suppose that is their only reason right there, is once you use that item, it triggers the actual countdown.
Oh no! You must be kidding! After we've come all the way here!
Ladies first. Go first, Jill.
But Chris!
Give me a chance to play nice guy.
Okay, I leave it up to you. See you here at the heliport.
I like how he has to say ladies first and then remind Jill that she's a lady, so she should go first. From the sound of it, I think that was supposed to be chimeras attacking, because that's the sound they make, but it might also have been the spoilers super boss that we were about to fight for the second time. Nice and quiet up here, at least. So, there's another item you need a spot for, though of course it would be the same spot as the battery, unless you used the battery and then ran back, though that'd be pretty silly. So all we have to do is use the flare here to signal Brad. It's a pretty silly little flare. And then Jill just kind of stands around. Nothing better than having cutscenes with a countdown timer still running in them. So Brad just sort of flies around like an idiot, not sure how to land on the helipad. And the Tyrant shows up again, and now we have to fight him. He's a little bit harder here than he was in the lab, though we have more space to avoid him. You just gotta watch out for a dash attack he has. As long as we keep running in a circle, we can mostly avoid him. Also, you want to stay on his left side, because obviously his claw is on the right side, so he swings from there. There, that's his dash that he does right there. It's really hard to avoid. So,
coming! Jill! Kill that monster! You're Amazon, Jill!
After putting a couple of rounds into him, shit. Oh, fucking goddammit. I thought he just killed me there with his impale, but I guess not. After putting a couple of rounds in him, Brad will drop the rocket launcher for us. This is the only way to kill him. We got our big old heat launcher here. It is possible for you to miss with this, so if you miss with all 4 shots, you're fucked. Also, the Tyrant, if you shoot directly at him, he can actually deflect your rounds with his claw. I'm not sure if he does that in default difficulty. Also, if you do this fight in the remake, and you've sort of saved everyone, they will all be up here on the helipad with you shooting at him. Which is both good and bad, because they can die when he decides to rip them up instead of you. And now we get our second live-action cutscene of the game. Well, not this part, but the part after this. And since we saved both Chris and Barry, we got the best ending. The mansion comically blows up. Chris is looking pretty dirty considering he sat in a cell the entire game and did nothing. And the final Bravo team member, Rebecca, is never heard from again because she doesn't exist in Jill's playthrough for some reason. And then, this is the best way to tell that this is a Japanese game. It has this horrible song at the end that has no thematic connection to the game. Alright, so, that'll do it for Let's Play Resident Evil Director's Cut Edition. I enjoyed it. I mean, I enjoy playing through all the classic Resident Evil games, and this one was no different. I mean, it was a lot shorter than the remake. They definitely added a lot of neat stuff to the remake that they couldn't do back in the PS1 era, like the giant shark tank. Still, I enjoyed what they did with this, and, you know, all its silly voice acting and stuff aside, it's still a pretty good game for back in the day. Makes me a little sad going back that they don't make survival horror games like this anymore. I mean, really, the horror genre in general has kind of been reduced to the indie scene, though that's expanding rapidly as the last couple of years, and downloadables have become kind of the big market that they are, with Steam and all that. So I'm hoping that someday some indie developer is going to take up the mantle of survival horror making, and make a good old classic Resident Evil style game. I guess Lone Survivor sort of fills a similar role, though it's more Silent Hill than Resident Evil. And this is supposedly Jill. Looking nothing like any other version of Jill. I think Resident Evil is really guilty of the whole character inconsistencies over the course of the series, where characters look different, they have different voice actors, and even different personalities from game to game. So let's see. Clear time, 4 hours, 15 minutes. That would have been a lot longer if we had played through with my original save. 6 saves. Both your playtime and your number of saves will determine your final ranking. Well, I guess there is no final ranking, maybe. So we get the special key. This allows us to use the unlockable costumes from that one room with the big mirror where it said, "You do not have the key for this door." So save our oldest save. Alright, so that'll do it. I'm going to try to show off some of the unlockable stuff, though. So hopefully that'll be in here at the end of the video. And if not, well, I've been Shadefyre, and I hope you'll join me in future endeavors. And let me know, guys, if you want me to do the other Resident Evil games. I'm really familiar with Resident Evil 3, and sort of familiar with Resident Evil 2. So if you want me to play through those at some point, I would love to. I just really enjoy playing through these, even multiple times. So let me know in the comments or whatever, you know, put a post on my channel page. And I hope to hear from you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed Resident Evil Director's Cut Edition. Doodles! And for making use of the unlockable costumes you get after being given this special key for beating the game. Closet key. You go here in the central hallway, over to this door, which you use the armor key to unlock, which I've already done. Through here, there'll be that one zombie back there, as well as a box of shotgun shells, as you can use a lockpick to get, or an old key if you're playing as Chris. Then here, there'll be this one crawler, and this door back here, which you can use the closet key on. And then in here, you'll be able to choose a couple different costumes. I'm not sure how many are in the director's cut. Let's see here. So Jill finds all these outfits and decides to play dress up despite being in a mansion full of zombies. Is there just the one? I'm not sure. I know later games have... well, blah. Alright, that's certainly a different costume. I guess it's a little reminiscent of her outfit in Resident Evil 3, at least with the kind of weird cut-off shirt. Hard to get a good camera angle on it, though. I mean, yeah, it's a black cut-off tank top type shirt with, I'm guessing those are supposed to be sort of ripped jeans. But, again, that might just be the polygons clipping into each other. Let me just check if there's any other ones. Like back here. There might be only one for each character, I'm not sure. Can I even change back into my uniform now? Nope, I guess you're stuck like this for the whole game. Presumably this shows up in the non-FMV cutscenes, since they're all in-engine. So yeah, you can look like a street hoodlum instead of Jill's usual silly, non-really uniform. Because seriously, the stars don't really have a uniform. They all look completely different. Other than maybe shoulder pads. Alright, so that's Jill's unlockable costume. I also figured I should show off Chris's outfits because there is one other thing I want to show off. So this is his default. Just kind of a greenish vest with a white shirt under it and some black tactical pants. Also, Chris only starts with a knife. So, you know, there's that. And if we do the closet key thing, we'd have to, of course, play through the whole game as Chris and unlock the key again for him, because when you start a new game with the previous save, it just loads you up with the same character. So we're not going to bother with that. However, there is one other thing I want to show off for both the characters. What I want to show off is that in the director's cut, if you go to New Game, go to Advanced, or I believe Standard, and hold right for a couple seconds, you'll see it'll change to green. This changes a few things. Now, I believe this is the remix mode that switches around all the items and such. That was added specifically to the Director's Cut edition. However, it also seems to change a few other things. For example, it gives you, both Chris and Jill, new costumes that you can't get otherwise. And it also seems to give you double the ammo. So I'm just going to show this opening cutscene to show off both Chris and Jill's new outfits.
I don't know what happened.
So Jill's got some sort of weird white vest and blue pants.
Barry,
Chris
where's
has just
Barry?
got basically his previous outfit,
but he's probably...
except his vest has been replaced by a sort of half tactical vest thing.
What is that?
I'll go and check.
Okay, Jill and I will stay in the hall in
Too
case
bad
of
they
an
didn't give
emergency.
Wesker an extra costume as well.
Chris? Take care.
Of course, we're not going to play through the whole game as Chris, because, you know, it's not really different enough to warrant a second playthrough. But yeah, just a neat little thing there. You can also unlock an infinite rocket launcher, the rocket launcher you get at the end of the game, by beating the game in less than 3 hours, which is completely doable. You know, it's not like a super challenge or anything. But, yeah, infinite rocket launcher is kind of neat to play around with. Kills everything in one shot, just like it does in pretty much every other Resident Evil, where it's always an unlockable. There's also an infinite Colt Python. I'm not 100% sure on how to get that. I'm pretty sure it has to do with getting the best ending with whichever character you're playing as. But other than that, I'm not completely clear on it. Anyhow, that's pretty much it for the unlockables. Later Resident Evil games would have a lot more than this, but this is certainly a beginning for the series to show that there would be sort of a big focus on unlockable stuff in later games to come. And that'll do it for Let's Play Resident Evil Director's Cut Edition. Again, I've been Shadefyre, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did.